What's up, guys? Before we start the video, I just want to point out that we do have merch now. We have hats, we have shirts, we have all kinds of stuff for you guys. Anything that you buy helps us out tremendously, helps us continue to make videos for you guys, helped us to continue to make sound packs for you guys. And it also helps you guys because the quicker we get this movement out there, the quicker we'll be able to get back to making art and not content. So go ahead, hit the link in the description down there, like the video, subscribe, and without further ado, let go. Just like I said, just some time to warm up. Shit, tell me, you know what I'm saying? Tell me about your day.
Yeah, my day's pretty good so far. Was actually going through a few beats right now. I don't know. This weekend has been full cookup mode. It's been real fun. I'm not going. I feel like lately I've been on my workout shit. It was nice to, instead of being out living vicariously, getting to actually get back to making a slap. Because I don't know. Sometimes I go through these stints where it's just like I'll not make a song for like a week or so, but just going out and about and shit like that, the weather changing, you feel a lot better. So I got some new ideas, and tonight I'm gonna really be locked in. So I feel real good. How you feeling?
Feel terrible all the time, but that's just a personal thing.
Oh man.
I don't know. Just some things been going on. I've been feeling real, you know what I'm saying, unmotivated and shit like that. But I know I get over it. Like it comes and it goes. It's just part of the territory. It's what, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, I followed your advice too. Cop the merch. You know what I'm saying? I wear that bitch in every video now.
Hey, look, I tell people all the time, you can't sell anybody anything if you're not rocking it.
Exactly.
Like, we're the reason things look cool, whether you know it or not. There's somebody who's gonna see you wear it more than once and be like, yo, I'm gonna hit you on the side, like, yo, send me a link to that. They're not even gonna know it's yours. And it's gonna be up to you whether you even want to tell them that or not.
Well, I'm always gonna tell them, nigga, look at me, I'm doing something with my life. I'm not a loser.
It's not even about that. It's if you meet somebody outside the context of music, and so I'll use me for example. There's certain people I know who buy the stuff from the brand just because it fits their lifestyle, but they might not necessarily listen to hip hop, but they're willing to give it a try when I give them a at bat. It's like baseball. Like whenever I drop a song, no, listen to it, but I'm conscious enough to know their taste in music. So when I do something like dancehall or some alternative stuff, they're more locked in on that because hip hop's passive. So I try to make sure it's just like I don't force all of it on them. Like if you like the clothes, that's cool, but you'll come across more and more songs because the song's going to be in the background of the clothes. I'm gonna at least get a chance at bat because I mean you fucking with it. As long as they're in the ecosystem, I don't really care what you like about the experience. You're just a part of it. It's just, hey, it's all good. It's gonna be it's people who like the YouTube videos I drop. Some people who like the music. Some people just like to look at culture from somebody looking at it from a marketing perspective, or somebody being a contrarian. Hey, I don't. It will be selfish of me to force what I want you to care about on you, as long as you just fuck with it.
You don't think that you have to niche down eventually at some point and focus on something as opposed to, you know, just being a variety streamer, musician, everything? Look, I just started the fucking interview.
Well, I mean, it really depends on what a person thinks they want to do. Like, it depends on if you're thinking that I want to be one of those solely. Like, for me, I literally work in marketing as a day job. So for me, my creative endeavors just have garnered attention. So, I mean, I would say yes if I wanted to go commercial, but I look at people like La Russell. Like, if he listened to that, he wouldn't do his backyard events. He wouldn't be producing and rapping. He wouldn't be an entrepreneur selling clothes. And now he's vicariously navigating music concurrent with the mainstream industry, like collaborating with Wiz Khalifa, Snoop, and still owning his rights. Throwing pitches at baseball games and things like that. So I feel like a lot of people are skeptical because they might only see a white lining or a silver lining in one thing they could do, but if you don't try things, how do you know what you're actually good at? Like something that you like to do might be different than your strength. I just apply it like that.
So you say basically just I use this expression all the time. Just throw it all on the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah, and then if you think about it, like the more and more you expose yourself to trying different things, you know what to expect from getting a third party involved. Like if you don't know anything about marketing, you might get upcharged from a third party based on the fact that they have to create you to Facebook, they got to create your store, they got to figure out your SEO, they got to get your merch together, they got to help you with a digital rollout.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a foundation in anything, you can understand when to let go of the baton and pass it off to somebody else. So you got to be able to try things to understand why you need it or to understand if you're actually good at it, if you want to
Yeah.
be involved in that process.
Okay. So all right. My thing is, I want to move this podcast towards a more learning experience, right? And the reason I said that is because you said that you come from a marketing background. First of all, give us some secrets. No, but how do you utilize said marketing in your, let's say, music career? Because a lot of my audience are musicians.
I mean, the way I put it into perspective, everything you do is based on someone's marketing plan working. And it's going to be an uncomfortable realization, but if you analyze yourself objectively, there's a lot of patterns. And you can
Mm-hmm.
point out different times in which you might have saw a shirt on a certain influencer or somebody on TV, even a friend or colleague, and you subconsciously felt like that was cool or they put it together enough that you wanted to invest your time and your resources on replicating
Mm-hmm.
that. You know what I mean? So everything is really persuasion, but you have to understand why it made you feel a certain way. Because once you understand why something makes you feel a certain way, then you'll understand what'll make somebody act on that feeling. So I'll use me for example with music. I literally do a cyclical pattern. Like everything in my branding is tied together. I'm streaming, wearing my content. Well, I'm wearing my product, physical product. I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing music that I've created. It's implemented in videos that I'm showing and discussing on stream. When you go to
Mm-hmm.
my merch site, that's the soundtrack as well, but also it pushes them directly to the branding site. Once
Mm-hmm.
everything's cyclical like that, it's up to the consumer to understand what they are willing to invest their time or their money into. I have certain people who subscribe to my Twitch every month and they've been doing so for over a year because they like the content. Even if they're not there every stream, they see enough value in the 3 hours that I put on there 3, 4 times a week that they want to invest that money into it. Now, that
Mm-hmm.
same person might not buy a hat, but I have other people who buy hats who might not necessarily have enough time because of maybe kids or a third party reason that they can't invest time to go on a stream. Then there's
Mm-hmm.
other people who may find that the music suits their lifestyle. They can actually do it concurrent to their day job or chilling with their kids, friends. You can play it in the car. So they invest their time into that. But I create physical products now. So not only do you have the ability to stream it passively, but some people invest in you enough that it's deeper than just having access. They'll just give you the money for the product because they support you. So if you create an ecosystem that's actually of value, you're going to at least get some people when you cast the net out into the open. It's just when you start to play mental gymnastics and looking over the other fence and assuming that you should be where somebody else is, objectively you fall short because you don't understand that they have dominoes in place. It's checks and balances and you don't know what they're doing behind them.
So I hear this a lot whenever I say watch a YouTube video or come across something on Instagram or just talk to somebody that I know. They bring up what you said, value. You know what I mean? That's usually the first part of any marketing scheme is providing value first. You know what I mean? And even when you was talking about, thinking about the things that made me want to buy something, somebody asked me that a while ago, and I didn't know how to answer it until I realized, oh, it's because they've given me so much free shit that I kind of felt obligated. You get what I'm saying? Or not even obligated. Like at this point, I was like, I rock with them. You know what I mean? Even though I know this is a not millionaire company, but they on, and like my couple of dollars probably don't mean nothing. It's still I want to feel like I supported this brand. You get what I'm saying? Because they've done so much for me. So for all of my listeners out there that's on a like smaller level, say, no budget to small budget, What do you think that they can do? Let's say from a production standpoint, like a producer standpoint, what do you think they can do to provide value to other people? Because you could
When you
always
say
go out
producer, are you referring to like a music producer or like the production of a like something like what we're
mainly
doing right
music
now?
producers because most of my audience are music producers
Yeah.
and other artists. So I try to cater to that group specifically. So what do you think? Because you are an artist, right? And that's how we met each other. I was like, "Hey, do you need some beats?"
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? What do you think as an artist is the most viable way that a producer can provide to you, as well as someone in marketing provide value to you? What would stand out to you?
Wait, can you rephrase the question? Like, are you asking like what would I find of value to somebody like starting? I'm confused.
Okay, all right. To any new producers
Yeah.
or small time producers with no budget to little money, what would you advise that they can use to have some type of leverage or value?
I would tell them to use their ability to network and being creative with their presentation. And I'll give you a
Mm-hmm.
perfect example. A lot of the producers that you're describing, immediately what they would do is focus on their aesthetic. And when you look at them, I call it the shoe shine. You look from the shoes up at somebody, they're going to aesthetically have a lot of opulence, or they want to project that because they want to visibly compete with their favorite artist. They want to go for the aesthetic of Instagram, hoping they can garner attention. A lot of them go for fake followers and things like that, the aesthetic. What I would
Mm-hmm.
tell them to do is do self reflecting. Do you have an iPhone? Boom, you do. I would say immediately download BandLab because you already have GarageBand for free on your iPhone there. Once you have that, I would tell them to get a little. Well, it depends on the iPhone they have. I have iPhone 15. With this, you get a certain USB. You can connect this to anything. What I
Mm-hmm.
would tell them to do: get a USB mic, record in there. Right there, you have to do your practice. You need to be able to rehearse so you can impromptu be ready for any situation. If you have no resources, you should have a phone full of voice notes. You should have a phone full of written verses so that whenever you get into a situation that shows somebody you're putting effort in, they're going to bless you with some type of guidance or help. That's when you'll get a real studio
Excuse me.
session. That's when a producer like you will be like, yo, I fuck with your energy. I fuck with that voice note you had right there that you dropped in the Discord when you were showing love to other people, which a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
don't do. Everybody feels like they're Michael Jackson without resources, but they forget that they're a human being. So the same type of intention they want to garner, they have to provide to others.
Mm-hmm.
People have to work within their network, do horizontal marketing instead of vertical networking. Talk to the people around you that can get in contact with you. If you're going to go into someone's stream, listen to the
Give me
music,
one second.
participate.
Jesus Christ. Sorry about that.
You just got to be active in your own career. Like nobody's that talented that they're entitled to attention. There's so many resources out there. People have $1,000 phones in their pocket. You can get a
Mm-hmm.
song done. Now we're in an era where we got the Playboy Cardis and the Ken Carsons who literally drop music in demo form and it goes with their fans because their fans care about the music. It's not about the quality.
I mean, I always say that, especially like back. I used to do Twitch streaming, right, and I used to do feedback streams. Um, and people would come in and they'd be like, "Oh, well, I need to get the mix and this, that, and the third." I was like, at the end of the day, none of that really matters. It's all about what the fans feel. Can they feel something? You know what I mean? Do they like it? Like the average individual doesn't know. Oh, it's a little muddy in the low. Like they don't know what the fuck that mean. Do they like it or not? You know what I mean? But don't you think that there is a time when things like that matters? Like you said, Playboy Cardi. Oh, he could just put out a demo. That's because he's fucking Playboy Cardi. You get what I'm saying? Like he already has an established platform,
I see
which
what
is
you're
just some
saying,
Joe Schmo off the streets.
but we have a lot of Joe Smos who feel that they're that important. That's your ego saying that somebody really gives a fuck about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of artists burn out fast and are unproductive. They're the starving artists figuratively and in their reality is because of their ego.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the fact that you're saying like he's Playboy Cardi, that should be a humbling statement to know that I don't need to overdo it. I'm worried about an aesthetic that doesn't really matter. It's like when they show the examples of people who don't got a car, but you got J's on and you got True Religions on. You got all this opulent stuff, but you're getting on a bus. But
Yeah.
then the regular Joe Smo is in a regular car or actually a nice car, but he has a hoodie and jeans on. It's like you're worried about the wrong things. Like, are you practicing to sound good? Because people could tell when something's good and just is unpolished, but can still fuck with it. Like the
Mm-hmm.
SoundCloud wave is a wave, for example, of a bunch of people who just make shit, put it up there, and if you become a fan, you grow into liking them as they get better. It's like a YouTuber who starts off using their iPhone and eventually they have a high production, a Kai Cenat situation. So, I mean, and
Mm-hmm.
the example I'm giving is you're not that important until you're important, and you're only important to people who think you're important. So
Mm.
worrying
That
about
was
what
a
the
bar.
average person cares about is irrelevant as long as you giving yourself multiple chances at bat, because there's going to be a person who follows your whole journey and does not say one thing to you. It's like the lurker on Twitch who goes to every stream just because they see the link go up, but they don't use Twitch, but they just follow and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the ego wants you to physically get somebody to tell you, here's your flowers, when really we need to be humble enough to understand that it's not that deep. Just make your shit for your tribe. Your tribe gonna spread your message and you're gonna grow from there. A lot of people feel like they're better than what they are. Like they'll want to promote their music to other artists instead of trying to find fans. Like if you're going to promote it to other artists, it should be a collaborative horizontal effort. If it's a producer, tap in with an artist, free beats because their verse is an exchange of promotion for your beats, vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
Link in there, you get some chemistry over time. It's like an NBA player going to a new team. After a season, y'all be locked in and shit get serious. You could get a ring. But a lot of people feel like, okay, I'm gonna go into this environment with other people who do exactly what I do, and they're supposed to stop and start revering me. Like, no, nobody gives a fuck. Everybody's doing the same thing and want the same goal. But if you
Yeah.
went into the situation like, yo, I got some melodies, I got some beats I want to show, but is anybody nice at percussion? I really want to lock in. It's gonna be somebody who's terrible at melodies and got the drums and be like, oh, you got loops? Oh, bet, let's lock in. Now you
Yeah.
got a whole heater. But if you went into that situation and just was trying to push your beats on other producers, why would they give a fuck? Like,
Yeah.
why would they
It's
give
like
a
you
fuck?
got beats, nigga. I got
Unless
beats.
you went in there like, yo, these is my beats, but I got an artist with me. This is what we made together on my beats, but he looking for something like this. That's where
Mm-hmm.
niggas going like, oh shit, it's a bat signal. They're gonna check it out. So it's a you gotta strip the ego down and just if you're gonna tap in with artists and stuff like that, go into it collaborative, but with the audience, don't tell them niggas it's a demo. Don't tell them niggas they're like, oh, I need to work on the low end, just alluding
I've
to what you
noticed
said
a lot of
previously.
people will do that.
Don't
I
do
don't know
that
if it.
shit, bro.
I don't know if it's out of fear or like they'll be like, it's not mixed. It's not mixed yet, but just this is just, bro. Just play the song, either I'm gonna like it or I'm not, bro.
Bro, play the song and then when you got the better version, play the better version. Cause here's the crazy part. There's gonna be a certain person who be like, yo, Twin, I like that. I like the demo version better. And what you could do is obviously drop the better version everywhere, but for your Discord or your tribe or your community, say, I just want to give y'all the
For the
demo version.
Patreons, yeah.
Yeah, kind of what Taylor Swift does. I'm gonna give you the acoustic version. Huh. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you my version. Like, just do that because if they fuck with you, they gonna do it. Make the polished version for sale and a personal version for free for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that audience get bigger, they got something. They got a hidden gem. And then if you want, you can sell it later. Like, you got to see the value in you before the world do. It's like you're not gonna go nowhere. It's like you could go to Krispy Kreme or a bakery in your hometown. What you want to do? Like one is not better than the other, but for some reason in the creative space, people feel like you have to overthink it. It has to be super polished, like the creme de la creme. It's like telling a kid in high school, all right, if you're not LeBron James or Kobe or Brian, like you can't do nothing in sports. Like well, when really you could go overseas, You could go to college to
Yeah,
get paid
yeah.
now. It's so many ways. So I tell people all the time, just you gotta strip your ego and just work from the ground up and think about the experience you're giving them.
Hmm. I noticed that you say I noticed that you say feed like your tribe a lot, right? So I mean, I'm feeling like we all know what that means. That's our all overall goal is to build a sense of community, and build like a group. What would be your best way to make as you call it, a tribe nowadays in 2025?
You have to provide some value.
Mm-hmm.
It's not what you're trying to get them to physically purchase. It's not the value. You got to give them an undeniable experience. That's why I always allude back to a streamer or somebody like that or a small bakery. Like you could get donuts from your local supermarket, Krispy Kreme, a Federal Donuts, anywhere, but you might have a
Like it's
personal
Federal
donut.
Donuts. Yeah.
It really depends. Like somebody will argue you down, or like your favorite food spot. You got an affinity to it based on the experience. Like it might not even be the best food, but the mom and pop there may give you a certain ancillary item, like a special cookie or a certain welcoming that you like. You just
Mm-hmm.
gotta understand that like you're like a TV show in 2025. Going back to what you said previously, do I feel like I need to go down to a certain niche? No, because in 2025, you can't just make music and think anybody cares. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we have a changing of a guard that people don't understand right now. People don't understand the Playboy Cardis and that Ken Carson, Opium Wave, and all that because they got tribes behind them. The AMPs, all of these communities have people who what they put into the ethos people will fuck with. It's not about the one thing. They give them a feeling. It's like a TV show. I feel a certain way about the characters there. Like the pandemic shifted being able to do one thing and thriving. Unless you're undeniably nice at that. Which
Mm-hmm.
in 2025 it's not really a thing because with the right budget, you can enhance something that's average to look undeniable.
Yeah.
So I just tell people all the time, bro, give them an experience. Like if you talking about music, don't just watch academics. Don't just watch King AK-47. Don't just watch like Cam and Mace. If you look at all of them, okay, don't just take their opinions in. Think about it your own self. Because there's somebody on the couch who's gonna hear their version of it and be like, nah, they tripping. And once you say one thing that they thinking like, oh shit, nah, I'm tapped in. He be thinking like me. It's the same
Mm-hmm.
reason why people in any TV show gravitate towards one character. It's like Dragon Ball Z. Like you might like Vegeta, I like Goku. I'm more a Vegeta guy because I like his attitude. It's like, nah, I'm not. We're not going out like that. He willing to risk it all for everything. So I don't know. You really just got to give them an experience that makes them feel a certain way, and they're just gonna lock into you. You-
Mm-hmm.
Like don't look for the numbers. Like just when you give somebody a first impression, give them a nice first impression. Like, just be nice to people, bro. Like, a lot of people forget about that.
Just
And
be
this
a
whole
good
equation,
nigga, bro.
yo, be a good person, bro. You know how many people go into a chat and just be like, yo, bro, can you listen to my. No, we're not doing that. That's like me selling pizza at a pizza shop. You walk in and saying, yo, y'all want to try some pizza? No. If I was in the supermarket, yes. But you came into my establishment trying to sell me what I'm selling. You would not go to T-Mobile trying to push Verizon. You wouldn't do it. Like, come on. Like, why? And people forget about the soft skills of all this. You got to make sure that people like you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why these digital creators are thriving now. Like, people like them. Their views align with them, and they just gonna go to bat for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, when something like they have a scandal, something like that, where the algorithm tries to knock them off, you start to see who's the fluff from the tribe. The tribe is probably a fifth of what you have online. If you got 100 followers, only 20 of them is really tapped in with you
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
what you want them to be tapped in about. You might have family, you might have like old colleagues, stuff like that, but a fifth of them, they there because you do music or they bought a hat from you or they saw you at a show. They're like, nah, I really fuck with him. Like if he does something, I'm really gonna check it out.
Yeah, yeah.
That's your tribe. Don't worry about the whole number, yo. Just give yourself a good chance.